This is Jubilee, and this is a panel of mostly gay people, but it's some whites and some blacks. Some of the whites are questionably white. The question, I am proud of my race. If you go this direction to the right, that means you agree. This means you strongly agree. Over here, you strongly disagree. Now, there's a bunch of blacks in this panel. They're all going to say they're proud of their race, which is interesting, because if a black person is proud of the black race, based off, I don't know, the track record of what black people have done cumulatively up until this point in history, then white people should be 100 miles to the right of that. So like, whatever makes you proud of your race, whites should be proud of their race, and blacks should say that to whites. Of course, many wouldn't and would say, no, fuck you, you're the bad people. Whatever. This is the reaction of these people on this panel from Jubilee.
3, 2, 1.
And she skips to the left. Skips to I'm not proud of my race.
3, 2, 1.
I'm going over here because I'm a self-loathing cunt.
I will go first, and I will stand
And the
10
black
toes
people,
in.
I was just being ironic to stand over there.
Okay, baby.
he's being ironic. He's proud of his race. Black, they're proud of what in particular?
Please, no. I was here. I cried a little bit.
And this black is figuring out, oh, I should come over here. So we have, these are the questionably white women, and this is a weird gay white dude. This dude over here went, I'm strongly proud of my race. He's from the Ukraine. So how interesting that the three American whites are strongly against being proud of their race. This is a cancer, ladies and gentlemen.
I think that, like, and I'll just keep it specific to my experience of what I know. As Black Americans, we're pretty much the top culture that gets replicated, referenced.
He says, while on the internet, while speaking English, in America, a country founded and created by whites. But you get replicated? Okay.
People scoot in and scoot out because they want to seem cool and interesting and stuff. And I think
I've never scooted in or scooted out, and no. You're referencing wiggerdom. No one's trying to be a wigger. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. People cringe at that shit.
that's so kind of us to like kind of like be beaten down for so long and be kind of separated from our African roots, create
What the fuck? You could go back to Africa anytime you want, dude.
names for ourselves, culture, language.
What language? What are you talking about? You've bastardized a language. Good job. They do this everywhere else. In South Africa and Jamaica, you're not special. It's not noteworthy.
Around our identities as Black Americans and have that be a thing that's just reverberating across the globe. I think that's so cute.
Cute? What are you talking about?
Can never be replicated, can never be understated, and I love that about it.
That was kind of the
Oh, okay. So you love you some you. Great. Well, isn't that noble?
start of my like thought process too. Like,
You know what's crazy? These fucking ingrate motherfucking idiots. Why don't you guys look at those three idiotic whites to your left and tell them to join you over there? Why don't you say you people should be proud of your race and then list off a gazillion things that white people have achieved that would, and say, if I were white, I would be proud of this. They don't do that because they love this dynamic. We're the good race. We're the race that should feel good about ourselves. You people should stay over there. So I just want you to notice the silence, and look how sloppy these tits are. The silence of them not addressing the self-hating white people over there.
like just the basis of being torn down so
Oh,
adamantly,
shut up.
so regularly for hundreds of
Thousands of years, hundreds of years. How old are you? You're 20. You've eaten that much in 2 decades. And, we've been, oppressed and beaten down. Shut the fuck up.
years in law. Even like, it is insane that we are here today to even be on camera, to even be in a place with
What?
other white people. Like,
What? Yeah, we're in the Jim Crow South, y'all. God, segregation just ended. Check your watches. It's even amazing that we're on camera with whites in the room. Look at this woman.
it is a beautiful thing that we have been able to flourish in such dirt, like literal
Dirt and filth?
filth and grime
Is that why you're brown?
that our ancestors had to go through, and even our
Oh, right. Our ancestors were just, having a picnic the whole fucking time. Yeah, right. There was no eras of hardship for our ancestors. Nah.
grandparents had to go through. Like, in my 8th grade yearbook I saw recently said, like, the South will rise again. Like, and this was 2015.
Oh my God. You were in high school in 2015? Oh God. Wow, look at her. She's cringing. How did you deal with the South shall rise again? Oh my God.
So like, this is such a day-to-day thing, and I am proud to be Black, and it's hard to say that. Like, it was hard to say that as a kid, like, or else I could be called the N-word. I could be
What? What are you making shit up?
reprimanded, and I feel so blessed to even be able to think that.
Everybody.
How funny is that? Is that a cheetah print on her hat? And she probably is one of the slowest land animals in the world. But yet she's trying to front like she's a cheetah. It's like, dude.
As a kid, like, or else I could be called the N-word. I could be reprimanded, and I feel so blessed to even be able to think that.
Everybody needs to be proud of their race.
Oh my God. Look at this dude from the Ukraine just coming in and shaming these cucked out whites. Holy fuck. And white women don't look like that. They don't have legs and hips like that. That is a fucking Latina.
And stop this like racist bullshit, because like you could be green, red, black, white, Hispanic, like it doesn't matter.
I agree with like what you're saying, because my own personal belief is that at the basis of who we are is that we're all just people. We're not a skin tone. But because of those before me, I now have to fight back against the idea that all white people are racist. I remember being in 4th grade and learning about the Holocaust for the first time.
Oh my God. She's taking on responsibility for the Holocaust. First of all, I mean, there are many Jews who are considered white. Are they responsible for the Holocaust too? That's odd. So, wait, can someone in the room please mention that Black people have committed genocides? Like recently? Like, do you have any idea how many people are killed in South Africa every day from Blacks, or every country for that matter? Are we responsible for that? Is this guy responsible for that? Why are you taking responsibility for shit you had nothing to do with? And if you want to start playing a little game of, oh, your people did bad things in history, la 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 la. I am a history major. I could point a few bad things that Blacks have done in history. So this game you're playing is absolutely ridiculous.
And saying, I don't want to be German anymore. Meanwhile, my mother's whole family is German.
You're German? German mixed with something else.
American history, you look at things like slavery. You look at things like...
Slavery. Here are the two things about white history. The Holocaust and slavery. That's the history of our people. And because those things are bad, then we are bad. Okay. Holy fuck. I mean, the live omission, the things that you just left out, the fact that we are not slave owners, we are not the Nazis of Germany. That's not me, that's not my family. And it represents 0.0% of everything else. Not to mention the fucking Blacks over there on the other side. Their people have done genocides. Their people have done slavery. Why aren't you holding them to that standard? Why don't you say, hey, I think all you Blacks over there should join me over here because your people have committed genocide and slavery. Why aren't you saying that to them?
Jim Crow laws, segregation. There is...
Oh my God. She's listing off. These are greatest hits, guys. Jim Crow, segregation. Wow.
So much awful stuff that has happened and is still happening in closeted ways that I cannot be proud of the way that I look.
Yeah, for me,
that was fucking maniacally idiotic.
Like, I am proud of who I am.
Oh God, here's this is not the question. Are you proud of who you are personally? That's not the question.
Like who I grew up to be, like I like who I am. But like, if I were to say I'm a proud white man, like I don't even know what that means. Like,
well, it means that you. I'm proud of me personally and the fact that I can wear these stylish pants. No, we're not talking about that. Try to zoom back.
And zero racial hurdles in my life. Now, like, I'm a proud gay man because.
Oh, really? You don't say.
It's like I've had to go through shit to get.
Oh, okay. So the bar is you have to go through shit and then you're proud to be that shit. So you're proud to be gay because you've gone through shit. Are we talking about your dick going into the anal cavity? Or no, different kind of shit, not literal shit. Okay, so white people have not gone through shit. Okay, so let's tell that to the guys in Vietnam or the Civil War or World War II. Or let's say that to the guy working the construction up on the skyscraper in New York. He didn't go through shit. The guys that went through the Depression, they're good. The pioneers, they're fighting off Indians. Whatever. I can't be proud of what you guys did. Lewis and Clark, that was a cakewalk. You didn't do shit. Sir Francis Drake, nothing. Magellan, you ain't shit. Nobody has had any hardship. They just created the modern world. And it was easy. God, what a gay bitch.
Get to where I am now. And even to that point, so much of queer culture comes from black culture, so.
What? Look at this queer black. What are you talking about? Blacks invented fucking dudes?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. So everyone's gay. These are 3 gay blacks. What are you talking about? What are you saying?
I want to be proud of the things I've done, the people who I've touched, whose hearts I've opened up. I feel like it's beyond our race. I feel like what it is our experiences that make our light shine through. So that's what I'm proud of, actually.
Oh, I'm just an awesome person. My light is shining through.
I think that there's a really big difference between being proud to be black and being proud to be white.
Yeah, as in they're proud to be black.
Your culture, beautiful thing. Like, be proud to be Ukrainian. I'm proud to be Slavic.
You're Slavic? What Romanian? What is this? Where are you from?
The black community is different, and the reason it's different is because their culture, specifically black Americans, their culture was stripped away from them when they were brought over here. So then
They're not proud of their African heritage.
culture became being black American. You're like the race.
Yeah, white American is a thing too, and that has its own unique qualities. European whites are not the same as white Americans, and so you're right now blending culture and race, and that makes no sense. The question is,
Race became cultural.
I mixed that up.
So
Sorry
it's,
about the hate.
but like,
Yeah.
so I think that there's a really big difference
no, she mixed that up.
between like, I am proud of my people are Slavic, versus I am proud of my race. It just gets convoluted because black Americans, the race has become the culture because the culture was stripped away.
Wait, so you're saying American whiteness doesn't mean anything to you, and you go back to the Slavic, whatever the fuck you're from, and you're okay? Disgusting way to live. These people exist with an illness in their brains.
I also think oftentimes when you talk about white pride versus black pride, oftentimes black pride is rooted in like love and like perseverance.
This is great. See, the thing is, when we talk about how great we are, it's all good because we're amazing people and
like culture, customs, language.
and then following that will not be the point. I think that you could talk about white pride in a loving, positive, unifying way, and it could be celebratory, just like the way I feel I'm entitled to do that for my race. I think you guys should be as well.
Language and things like that, and white pride is often rooted in like black hate.
What? So in other words, white people, you can't, So this is a guy who completely misses the point. And it's like, no, it's not about that. It's about who are you as a person? Where do you come from? What have your people achieved? It has nothing to do with your group. It has to do with their group. And in fact, there are, quote, white supremacists who will tell you that. They say, this ain't about hate. This is about pride in ourselves. And he's like, no, you don't exist. So this guy is such a small-minded freak. He's like, black is just coursing through his head all the time. So he's like, I don't even understand the concept of a white person loving being white without it being about blacks or hating blacks. What a complete dumb fuck.
Latin hate, Asian hate. So I think that's like an interesting.
The people that hate the Asians are blacks and commit violence toward them all the time. Go research that hashtag if you want.
Nuance to not overlook.
No, and I think that's such an important point. I think there's a
Jesus
difference
Christ.
between like, I'm proud and therefore I'm better, versus I am proud of what we have overcome.
Yeah, and then
Right, so this is the bullshit workaround. I'm proud of the oppression I've overcome is okay to say. You can't say I'm proud that we have dominated human history and achieved a fucking ton. So that's just too positive. That's too radiantly positive, as in successful, as in, are you saying you're better than me? Oh, well, I don't know. Do you want to do this game? How are we defining better then? What are we using? How much money we've made? Who created better cities? Who lives longer? Like, how do you want to do that? Because if you set up the rules, we'll play the game. And then I guess we'll both just live with the outcome of those results.
the whole idea of white pride started with people who think the Confederate flag is a personality trait.
Right, guys. So apparently the only white people who have racial identity or who can be proud of who they are and who their people are people in the American South. Just randomly, she just said that because she's hyper focused on that. Because remember the slavery? So those are the slavery people, those are the evil people, and every other white person, fuck you, fuck your people, fuck your history, fuck everything about you, because Confederacy in the South. Okay, nice. It just shows how narrow-minded she is.
So how can I be proud of that?
I'm not saying that this applies to any of you, but I meet a lot of white people, particularly white liberals, who will actively say that they're ashamed of being white. And that is wild to me because...
So this is what I referenced earlier. Will any of these blacks make the point you should not be ashamed of your race? This is the one guy that might do it because he's a conservative.
How can you look at your past and because, yes, your race did terrible things in the past, but you shouldn't define yourself.
Blacks, your race is doing terrible things right now and tomorrow. Okay, so I love this notion. Remember hundreds of years ago and you're feeling shame for it, even though you shouldn't? Like, blacks, how are you just magically not feeling ashamed for what blacks do today?
Is that, if anything, you should look at that and reflect.
So do you think white people should be proud to be specifically white?
Uh-oh, here we go. Now he's going to give some half-assed nuanced answer to this, but he's the only one on that panel who will even think to be like, hey guys, you shouldn't feel bad.
See, I think that's a really nuanced question when
I just said the word.
You're white, because I think you guys had the valid point of ethnicity is different, because like white isn't a collective culture in the way that black is, because black people have been grouped together and have a similar experience. But like white...
That's a fair point. Whiteness is not something that people bond behind. Irish, yeah. English, yeah. Italian, they are happy to do that. But whiteness in America is just sitting there as a piñata. It's just, if you're white in America, you're there to be demonized. And you're bad and bad, bad, bad. Now, it is morphing, and white people in America do feel a sense of pushback where it's like, you know what? I'm sick of being targeted as being something bad when I'm not. So all of you can go fuck yourself.
Like Italian American, you should definitely be proud of being Italian American. You should be proud of being Slavic American. You should be proud of your lineage. But just to say, oh, I'm proud to be white, like, yeah, that has a weird connotation to it because it's not a collective culture.
This is bullshit, by the way. This is a lie. So they're hiding behind the fact that black Americans are a culture. No, you're proud to be black. You're talking about your race. White people have a culture in America. Okay, the idea that you guys have culture, we don't, is fucking laughable. Because it's socially accepted to be like, I'm proud to be black, but it isn't socially acceptable to say I'm proud to be white. That's an issue and that's a problem, but it's completely hypocritical.
But what I really want to emphasize is that you should not be ashamed of being white in the way that a lot of people are.
See that? And that is what separates this dude from these other people. This man is an elevated human being compared to this gay black and the other gay blacks next to him. The fact that he would even have that thought to be like, you know what? Hey guys over there. So if someone put me on this panel and it was like, are you proud to be white? And I just go over to the strongly agree. And then I see a black person go to the strongly disagree. They're not proud to be black. And I go, wait a minute, why? And they go, well, because of the Rwandan genocide, you know, they killed a bunch of people and I feel ashamed about it. You know, and also I saw some Africans on TikTok the other day eating a live monkey, just like ripping off its face and eating it. And I thought, Jesus, that's savage and backward and primitive, and they're black and I'm black, so I just feel shame about it. I would tell that black guy, he's completely right. No, I would say, you are not those people, and I don't think you're holding yourself to a standard that makes sense. So I'm not agreeing with your decision to not be proud of who you are. And I've said this many other times. So it's who you are. This is what makes him the best person on the panel. He's the best person on the panel. The Ukrainian guy is interesting because he has no shame and he's just like, fuck yeah, I'm proud to be white. He had no issue with it. That's really interesting and very shameful to America and the disease that is rampant in America when it comes to self-loathing whiteness.
Yeah. Or maybe you should.
Okay.
Did you see that shit? So this angry black dude is like, maybe you should feel ashamed. Listen to this.
You should not be ashamed of being white in the way that a lot of people are.
Yeah. Or maybe you should.
Okay.
You probably got it.
So that's hate, that hatred, that bitterness, that pettiness is why these people perpetually fail.
You.
Fucking amazing. What a thing to behold. I guess it's just beyond evident that I'm needed now more than ever.